Hey everyone, welcome back to the Auto Luxury channel. Before the world knew Kia as a global automotive manufacturer, it was a small Korean company trying to find its place in a rapidly changing industry. And one of the cars that played a key role in that journey was the 1980 Kia Brisa. Today, we take a deep dive into this compact classic, its history, design, interior, performance, and the legacy it left behind. History and background. Cut to old photos of early Kia factories, logo, and Brisa production line. The Kia Brisa was first introduced in 1974, and by 1980, it was in its final production year. It was South Korea's first mass-produced passenger car, built during a time when the Korean automotive industry was just beginning to grow. The Brisa was heavily influenced by Mazda, as Kia had technical partnerships with the Japanese automaker. This collaboration provided Kia with reliable engine technology and basic design platforms. For many Korean families, the Brisa became their first ever car, an affordable, dependable means of transport during a time of national economic expansion. Exterior, design and details. Slow panning shots around the car, front, sides, rear. The exterior of the 1980 Kia Brisa embodied the simple and boxy styling of the late 70s and early 80s. This was an era where cars were built for practicality, and the Brisa captured that philosophy perfectly. At the front, the car featured a rectangular grille, framed by slim halogen headlights. No aggressive angles, no flashy chrome, just a clean, balanced front fascia that gave it a friendly, unpretentious look. A small Kia badge sat proudly at the center. The bumper was made of lightweight metal with a chrome strip, offering a touch of premium feel despite its compact size. Moving to the sides, the Brisa showcased straight, uninterrupted character lines. Its compact proportions made it ideal for Korea's narrow roads and busy urban traffic. Small steel wheels with classic hubcaps completed the minimalist setup. At the rear, the design continued with practical square tail lamps, a plain trunk lid, and a simple bumper. Everything about the Brisa's exterior reflected durability and straightforward engineering. The car wasn't trying to impress anyone, it was built to serve. Interior, cabin experience. Interior shots, dashboard, seats, steering wheel, doors. Stepping inside the 1980 Brisa takes you back to a time when vehicles were truly built around necessity. The interior was modest but thoughtfully planned. The dashboard used a simple rectangular layout, crafted from durable plastic and vinyl. The instrument cluster featured basic analog gauges, a speedometer, fuel level indicator, and a few essential warning lights. This setup made the car extremely easy and inexpensive to maintain. The steering wheel was thin, light, and functional, no power steering on most models, but it offered enough responsiveness for daily driving. Seat materials varied depending on trim level, from fabric upholstery to durable vinyl. The seats were soft enough for short drives and daily commutes, though long-distance comfort was limited. The rear seating area was compact but could accommodate small families. Storage was minimal, with small door pockets and a glove box, but adequate for the needs of the time. There were no advanced features, no air conditioning in base trims, no power windows, no entertainment systems. But the simplicity made the car robust, easy to repair, and inexpensive to own. Performance, engine, ride and handling. Engine bay close-ups, driving shots, mechanical diagrams. Under the hood, the 1980 Kia Brisa relied on Mazda-derived engines, ranging from 1.0-liter to 1.3-liter inline-4 units. These engines weren't powerful, producing somewhere between 60 to 75 horsepower depending on the version, but they were reliable, fuel-efficient, and easy to service. The lightweight body gave the Brisa a surprisingly decent fuel economy, making it one of the most economical choices for Korean drivers of the era. The transmission options included a 4-speed manual and, in limited variants, a 3-speed automatic. Most owners chose the manual due to its simplicity and durability. On the road, the Brisa offered a smooth but basic driving experience. The front used a McPherson strut suspension system, modern for its time, while the rear had a leaf spring design that provided durability for rough roads. Handling was predictable, steering was light at low speeds, and braking was adequate thanks to its low weight. It wasn't built for speed, but it excelled as a dependable commuter car. Noise insulation was limited, and higher speeds produced noticeable engine and wind sound, but this was normal for compact cars of that era. Legacy of the Brisa. Shots of preserved Brisa models, Kia timeline visuals. By the time production stopped in 1980, the Brisa had become an important symbol of Korea's growing automotive capabilities. It paved the way for future models such as the Kia Pride and Sophia, eventually leading to the modern lineup we know today. Collectors now view the Kia Brisa as a rare classic, especially since many were driven extensively and very few survived in clean condition. Conclusion, final thoughts. Closing shots of the car driving, sunset angles. The 1980 Kia Brisa may look simple by today's standards, but its importance cannot be overstated. Its exterior was clean and practical, its interior functional and honest, and its performance modest but dependable. More than anything, the Brisa helped launch Korea's automotive revolution. It proved that Kia could build a small, affordable, and reliable car, and that success laid the foundation for the global powerhouse we see today. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into a true piece of automotive history. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more classic car stories. See you in the next episode.